currently facing one of its worst administrative and competitive crises in history, marked by the mass failure of the national teams and heavy government intervention. Following a string of unprecedented qualifying failures, the National Sports Commission (NSC) stepped in August 18, 2026, to drastically overhaul the sports domestic leadership, the critical elements of the current crisis across all levels include government steps in as NFF election cancelled. Now, the NSC intervention, the National Sports Commission has officially cancelled the upcoming Nigerian Football Federation NFF Elective Congress. The election were previously scheduled for September 26, 2026 in Lafia, Nasarawa State. Now, a normalisation committee has also been set, as the NSC is moving to set up a 3-month normalisation committee. This temporary body will take over administrations from the NFF president, Ibrahim Musa Gusau, and map out fresh, more transparent ground rules for future elections. Now, there was actually also a public cry. This structural freeze follows intense public anger over administrative failures, which critics claim have turned the NFF Congress into a rubber stamp system that keeps efficient leaders in office. Now let's look at the on-pitch collapse, mass World Cup absence. Also, the administrative breakdown reflects on the disastrous cycle on the pitch, affecting both men and women's team across all categories. The Super Falcons, for the first time, will not be appearing at the World Cup after they failed to beat South Africa. Yes, losing 2-1 to Banyana in the World Cup qualifiers. They were subsequently knocked out by the eventual winners, Cameroon, 1-0 in the quarterfinals of the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations. Now, let's also hint you that the elimination, probably this elimination, means Nigeria has failed to qualify for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. It is also the first time since the tournament inception in 1991 that the Super Falcons will not be present since 1991. Now, for the Super Eagles, back-to-back, they failed to qualify for the World Cup. In 2022 in Qatar, and also in 2026 in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Now, the senior men's team continue to face backlash for failing to qualify for 2 consecutive World Cup. Now, let's look at the team, the junior team, the under-17 and the under-20. Last year, the under-17 side, the cadet team, the Golden Eaglet, failed to qualify for the World Cup. And this year, the under-20 team also will miss out on the World Cup. But hopefully, our guests will be joining us as we tend to look at the state of Nigerian football. Yes, we look at the normalisation committee. We look at the fact-finding committee set up by the NFF before they got the red card. We look at how government is also trying to intervene. Some are actually saying FIFA is aware of this. Also, other reports says they've not heard, FIFA has not really acknowledged that they've, received any formal notification from the National Sports Commission. So definitely the drama will definitely continue, and let's see how it pans out with that one. So while we are waiting for our guest to join us as we talk about this, let's also tell you that the technical SAC and pro panel coaching crew dismissed. Now, following the historic WAFCON failure, the NFF fired the Super Falcons head coach, Justine Madugu, and his entire technical crew with immediate effect. Now, before the firing, or probably letting them go, a fact-finding committee, was inaugurated before having its electoral process halted. The NFF hastily set up a high-profile fact-finding committee to probe the root cause of Nigerian football decline. Now, looking at this, you'll be wondering, why would you be setting up a fact-finding committee? Because back to back, almost the same day, not no, but the same day, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria did not qualify for the Under-20 World Cup, and the Super Falcons of Nigeria did not also qualify for the FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil. Under-17 World Cup last year, you didn't bring up a fact-finding, or probably didn't inaugurate, or probably set up a fact-finding committee. You kept it there. When the Super Eagles failed to qualify for the 2022 Qatar World Cup, you also did not set up a fact-finding committee. Okay, let's join our guest. He's already on ground. A football analyst and also a commentator, James Chimeziem. It's good to have you, James. This short notice, truly appreciate you for joining us this morning. Okay, while we are waiting for James to join in, we're talking about the... Okay. Okay, James, it's good to have you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Seems the network is a bit glitchy this morning, but good to be on the show once more.
We won't be surprised because that is how it is in this part of the world where we experience glitches when it comes to the network. Okay, let's just go straight to the point. Let's begin with the fact-finding committee set up by the NFF, led by headmaster himself, Mutu Adekpoju, and also veteran coach Ladam Boso and Desire Okparanozie.
I've always found these lots at the NFF really interesting with how far they go to try and distract Nigerians from the reality that we find ourselves every time. When the Super Eagles failed to qualify for the World Cup, the distraction they came up with was, there are allegations that we are going to investigate and make sure we find a way and all that. Till today, Mr. Vic, they have not told Nigerians the outcome of what FIFA told them for the allegations they said Congo was to be disqualified for. Now, this is the Super Falcons have had a very, very Nations Cup, and then there is a fact-finding committee set up. Now, the question is, what facts are they actually looking to find? Let us be honest with ourselves. What facts are they looking to uncover? Are they looking to uncover the fact that the technical ineptitude of the bench, of the technical crew, was obvious for all to see right from the get-go? What fact are they looking to see? Is it the fact that prior to the tournament proper, the preparations of the team was almost inexistent? At some point, I was asking if they knew the tournament was coming up. With the fact that there were barely any friendly games played, there were no signs of any preparations. What fact are they going to find? Is it the fact that it is only at the end, when the teams have performed poorly, that we begin to hear, oh, okay, there were bonuses that were not paid, there were monies that were not given, and so this is, for me, this is just a waste of time. The usual distraction and deflection, the blame and everything should go to the NFF.
Okay.
Now, the NFF is trying to get involved and all.
Okay. Now you talked about the NSC. Now the NFF. I don't know if they saw this coming, or probably it just came in as a wind of a sound in their ears, and they quickly set up the committee. Now let's look at the normalization committee set up by the NFF. Now the presidency, they've kicked against former NFF president Amaju Melvin Pinnick to lead that committee, where we are still waiting for who NSC probably they're trying to do window shopping, or probably they're going for the actual shopping of the person that will lead the committee. Now, if there is such thing as a normalization committee that FIFA recognizes, why have the NFF or probably every other football stakeholders not used that channel of the normalization committee? Why are we having normalization committee now, knowing fully well that FIFA also look at such avenue to make sure that they keep the NFF house of each country intact?
See, Mr. Vic, this is basically the intricacies and politics that these politicians who have no business in the administration of football have all come up with. The truth is, so far we do not know if FIFA actually acknowledges or recognizes the fact that a normalization committee can come up. Remember, the election is supposed to hold in September. What I would have expected was for maybe some form of arrangement to, because see, the truth is, whatever normalization committee or whatever arrangement is being set up, that is still going to be subjected to the statutes of the NFF. It's just going to be an attempt just at wasting time, because now almost everybody, like, imagine the names that are coming up. Amaju Pini, who was recommended. Remember, this is the same Amaju Pini that has over time been acting almost like the spokesperson of the NFF. In the running to when the appointment of the coach for the Super Falcons was being muted all over social media and all that, he was the one who granted an interview intimating everyone on who is expected to have been nominated, going to be unveiled as the coach. So apparently, it feels like Amadou Pini still controls the NFF in the shadows. So it feels like the NFF is still the same consortium of individuals who decide and make decisions that all of them agree to, whether it is the interest of our football or not. Now, one would have expected that at this point, the technical committee that was inaugurated in 2023, but if the NFF president has the intentions of football at heart, one would have expected that, aside from the removal of the technical crew of the Super Falcons, the first thing he would have also done was to either dissolve or suspend the technical committee of the NFF, the technical and development committee, because what can they point to and say, this is what we have achieved between 2023 and now? Let us also not forget that this one technical committee is also made up of who is also the technical committee of the NFF. So this shows you how this rot isn't just in one section. This is a rot from the top down. Because so far, I have not seen any development. I don't think if you can point to any sector. So maybe the under 17 of the Super Eagles, the under 20, the under 23, or even let us look at the under age teams of the Super Falcons. There is none that you can point to and say, okay, there are visible signs of progress. There are visible signs of growth that the technical committee can point to and say, okay, this is what we have done. Between 2023 that we were appointed and selected to do this, and now all these are just theatrics to distract Nigerians from the absolute and embarrassing failure that we have just witnessed.
Okay, now, James, there are so many job descriptions of the normalization committee, but there's one I am actually critical at to look at, and that is rewriting and amending the status. Now, this most critical structural task of fixing the gray areas and the constitutional flaws that led to the federation's collapse, because many have, called on the NFF to really amend the electoral policies and laws that will, make individuals to go and, cast their vote. Not only the 36 FAs and other members of the FA that will go and, cast their elections on that day. Now, do you think that within the space of these 3 months, this normalization committee can really act on amending and fixing the gray areas on the status or probably the laws of football governing the country, or probably the laws governing football in the country?
Yes, I think one thing that would go a long way to determine how serious whatever committee that is set up decide to take the job will be how vocal every sports journalist, every sports lover, every football lover in this country is and about the failures so far that we have witnessed and that we have had to deal with. Now, who are these persons that are going to come forth from the NSC, or who are the NSC going to put forth and say, okay, go forth and normalize the statutes and everything governing the NFF? Are they going to be the same individuals who have before now been at the helm of affairs and have not really done anything? And you remember there are a number of them who before now have been calling for opportunities to come back. I remember an interview where we saw Amadou talking about, oh, if he has been there, oh, if he's allowed to come back. Come back and do what? Come back and do what? The thing we are currently seeing is totally and individually sponsored by what Amadou did during his tenure. Whether we like it or not. The truth is, we took politics and we took a whole lot of sentiments into football administration to the point where it was now a man-no-man arrangement. Look at the revelation that came forth during the aftermath of the Super Eagles failing to qualify for the World Cup. One would have expected that by now there would have been visible attempts to unveil and uncover some of these allegations that came up. Allegations about how monies that were made for sports development did not go to the various places they were supposed to go to. Allegations about monies that people give for building of developmental projects and infrastructures like pitches, football development centers and the rest. And we also so many of these are lost on social media. What we have done about those? See, a whole lot is going to depend on the individuals that are brought forth. If we are going to still see the same people who have been within and around the corridors of Nigerian football, the honest truth is we are not going to really see any development from any positive development from it. It's not simply going to be power changing hands from Peter to Paul, who are still part of the twins.
Okay, for what of time? Time truly is not our friend. We're trying to see how we can manage the time that we have. Definitely we'll do this again. But truly, has the NFF president been given everything to succeed? Everything he needed to succeed? Has he been given that? Before we really start throwing stones at him, has he truly been given all to succeed?
Definitely, definitely. See, one thing we do not understand is how lucrative football is. There's a reason why FIFA does not allow nations and governments to interfere in football administration, because FIFA takes charge and takes control of basically everything, from funding to dispute resolution. Name it. Football is fully funded. What do you mean fully funded? From qualifiers to preparation to development and all. So I do not. There is no single football administrator anywhere that can come out and say no. He doesn't get any backing, except he's not. Except maybe he's posting mitigations here and there, and he's being dragged forth. And so far, we have not seen any mitigation involving the NFF board. We have not seen any form of back and forth between him and anyone. We have not seen anybody contest the election that brought him in. Aside from to making adjustments to status and all. So far, we have had a free run at doing what should be done in making sure football is straightforward. Now, one thing most football federations do to make sure they get every form of support they get is how they are able to sell themselves to sponsors who will come in when they are cash strapped. Now, being cash strapped doesn't mean that money is not coming in. It means they need money to do something now, but the money will come in later because FIFA always sends in its money, qualifications and all that. We know how these things work.
Okay. Okay, James, truly appreciate you, but we'll just have to put a stop to this for now, because definitely the drama is really, really unfolding. Really, Nigerian football is now in chaos. Truly appreciate you, James. Hopefully we'll do this again some other time.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Vic. Hopefully I'll join in some other time as well.
Okay, thank you so much. This is where definitely we have to put rapid sport to a stop. Definitely we'll still get those big gladiators, the sport administrators, football administrators to be precise, to still continue to talk about this new phase that comes to Nigerian football. Should we say this is season 2, episode 1? And let's see how episode 2 will pan out with the inauguration of the normalization committees and every other persons and individuals that will be part of this. On the flip side is the big conversation, and I still remain Ijoma Victor. Do you have yourself a beautiful day ahead? Good morning.